Oh my goodness. Well. Haven't done this in forever. Decided to give it a go while I am just sitting here, catting shit up. Decided to just come out here and just hang out on the interwebs and see if anybody wants to come chill, come chat. So, if there's anybody out there, welcome to the live stream. Hopefully, this is not going to be boring and we could figure something out. What we are going to work on today is a big wang for the Z. But we're not going to do any simple big wang. As you know, normally I'm not simple. We are going to design ourselves our own swan neck pylon. Pylon? Pylon. I believe pylon, yes, is the vertical, whatchamacallit, the vertical part of um, the support structure. So yeah, we're going to get the pylon. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, I totally messing up my password. Where's this damn thing? I hope nobody's chatting anything right now because I can't see chat. Nope, not that. I'm going to end up locking my damn account. Nope, not that one. Ah, found it. Bro, that is the correct password. What are you talking about? Whew. Almost locked my shit out. Gonna break everything even before we start. Yo, what up, Drift Puffy? Sorry for the late message. I very rusty, very rusty. Oh, nice, man. I'm glad we have someone eager to come just hang out and talk some trash. And I don't know, just trying to figure this out with me. But like, say we're trying to make our own pylon system for the 350Z. So far, no one actually designs a swan neck for the 350. We have some faux wangs that isn't really functional that have it. What I'm basing it off is the Nine Lives Racing wang, but their pylons have two small little static points, and they actually dent the hatch. I don't want to dent my hatch; it's a virgin hatch, and I want to have a cool swan neck. So we're gonna design our own today, but first we need to clean up our scans. All right. Because the less data we got to deal with, the faster it actually. Oh, nope, cancel. We need save. Faster we can edit. I'm using a wing logic blade. So if you want to look that up in the meantime, let's see, wing logic. 71-inch blade for the 350. That's the blade I'll be using. And I did two of these scans in case one messed up. I don't really like this one because you see these double dots. Hopefully the software still took care of it well. And there's a shadow in here, but we'll see. Let's just get rid of the parts we don't need right now. Totally messed that up. Oh, jeez. Last one is not good at the moment. Alright. Let's clean all this up here. A little too deep. Let's go back. Jesus. Alright, nice and flat. There we go. Save that. I saw some cloud points on the corner there. I got drop that off. Heck, I thought I got that thing from the bottom. I guess I didn't. Oh, the scrolling system in this. I gotta get accustomed to it. It's not like Fusion. Cut that out. Cut that out. Let's save that. Can you hear me well? Oh, is it kind of low? Alright, then we have under the hatch. This is fine. And then we have the top hatch. So let's go ahead and start working on cleaning these up to export. Let's generate mesh. Ooh, double in and out. Test, test, test. Is that any better? Huh. And main mic. What's that from? And then let's see. Ah, okay. I think I found what it was. Yeah, I only seen 1 meter now. The other one should be muted. How about no? Way better? Cool. Sick. Alright, let's... Okay, mark all fill-ins. I'll put a post on Facebook. We're love on YouTube instead of live. Key right next to it, a very fat finger. Jeez. Awesome, perfect now. Okay, great. I don't know why it was kind of doubled up there. Okay, so this resolution, let's preview this. So what Scanner does is clouds and then from that you and you generate your mesh. So you see before it was very pixelated and holes and stuff like that. So now we have a little hatch, a little bit of geometry. I think we could fill some holes here. I mean, mark a hole fill-in is there. I think actually the processing, yeah, that's kind of dumb. Fat friggin'. I really don't need there, so I don't really care right now for that. So let's just finish this one. Okay, and let's export it. Export it to my project folder. 16 Aero project. This is the air trunk. Alter. Now we generate the mesh. For the underside, so this is under the hatch. Let's preview. It's so much work. Time you can take. So it definitely helps having you guys come and hang out. There we go. Here's under. That's not bad at all. How is this song not copyrighted? I have a copyright-free playlist going on right now. Okay. So that got exported. We'll do 2 of these and see what we could generate out of it. Okay. We just need this really for the wing placement, the wang placement. So we have our other hatch that's clean. So let's go ahead and finish that. Export this guy also. And this would be wing 1. Alright, let's export this one. How's the drip? Have you done any events or anything yet? You can see the scan messed up and skipped here. Like say, I just really want this just for the placement of the wing. But I need to just start processing these models inside of the scanner. This is kind of limited. All right, so now we export SB Wang 2. Okay, so we got all of our models exported. Now, let us try to make something here. The biggest thing or the biggest problem will be trying to align stuff. So you'll see in a second. There we go. All right, so top. Where's top? Okay, so let's kind of orient this. Got someone on your ear. I heard the question, but it lagged out a bit. Oh, you're outside? Oh, okay. Someone on my ear. What the heck? Got me tripping on there. It's like, is there somebody behind my ass? No, I'm just asking if you went to your first event, your first drag event yet. Not drag, sorry. Drift event. Trying to get this oriented in a. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to get this nice and neat. Then we gotta roll this way. Okay, I think we'll just start with that for now. And then after we use some tools to get it. So nice, we have a nice hatch, a nice scan, and we're gonna use this to design our pylons. Now, let me get the underside and see. Oh, actually, no. We could supposed to be able to align these two in here. Right? Align, there we go. Align this. It's not doing that. Do I need to select both of them? Shift, Control, come the frig on, align. Right. How would I choose the other freaking part to align here? Come on, make this intuitive. Home. Come on now, cancel. Where's my workspace? Okay, wing project. Let's see. Haven't drifted since pre-COVID. Now make a. You're making billet parts? You CNC shit, dude? Or do you have your own CNC, or do you work for a company that CNCs parts for them? Because that's pretty badass. Running a CNC machine is pretty tight. Why? How do I select two models to align in Star Vision? Now I have to Google. Yeah, have them in the model list. Bro. Now I have this stupid right click menu that's just hovering. And it doesn't want to go away. What the fudge? Okay, open your workspace, load the two scan files into the model list. Yeah. Select alignment, choose auto feature, let the software match overlap surfaces. Manual alignment. Shift plus left click to pick at least 3. That's what I tried. Shift left. It's only showing 2. Fudge and this overbearing thing. Let's close and go back in. Because I want to use the bottom geometry to actually create our bold points for the wing. So I have to combine these two meshes. Right? But where is it going to let me? That's balls, man. It said hold shift, but holding shift is not letting me select 2 models to align. What the junk? Align each of the 2 models on the left side in the corresponding space. Okay, let me see if I could get a better. Okay, choose a feature, enable, select 2 cloud projects. Oh, so do the cloud projects. Nope. Nope. It's only giving me the line option for the mesh tutorial. Ball sack, there it is. There it is. I'm my own CNC since the start back in November, but we'll get there. I do all the 3D scanning and CAD. Holy shit, I should just send you these cloud points and let you do it for me. You're probably laughing your ass off with me trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just trying to software. Oh wow. Wow. Wow, shining. Jesus. Can we undo that shit? M Carp, hey man, welcome, man. We are in this together. I've done some like block modeling and stuff in Fusion, but I'm getting into the whole 3D aspect of it. Now, where the F is you gonna make me undo? No. Okay, so we just unselect and reselect the 2 models. And I may have to take off auto and select 3 common points. So we have right now I'm just going through some woes. This is show 2 models at least 3 common markers. No Xbox. Man, come on now. You doing it for a living. Shit. How do I do a point? Control, Alt. I wish that auto feature worked. Features. Select at least 3 common points. Do a right click, do a center click, do a left click, control click. There we go. Shift click. So that corner there. That corner there. Because this is the underside. Can I just do that there? And then on the top of the hatch, let's do here. Oh, nope, we gotta do. Can I remove that? Can't control Z that? Son of a bitch. 2. And then 3. Alignment. Fuck! Let's try this alignment again. So, see, this is underneath software. Corner 1, 1, 2, 2. Where would be a third point? Because we need to get it. Because the third point, we can't touch the third point exactly. Wait, no way. You're the oil funnel guy. What are you? Bro, you know I am. Are you talking about because I just... Yeah, because that stuff I could design from a sketch, a model. But this whole 3D scanning and retrofitting and making your own parts, man, it's a whole other beast, my dude. Whole other beast that I'm trying to figure out, you know? Well, let's just do middle here. Then, yeah, the funnel stuff, yeah, I was able to do that. That stuff, I've been 3D modeling that shit for years, and I'm able to do that. But this stuff is just so much. Oh my gosh. See? So it's trying to merge the 2 points together where this underskin is much lower. Now the corner is pretty close. But you can see here where the 2 scans kind of merge into one. I think I'm just going to have to do this alignment in Fusion. Sucks. Shucks. Unless I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. Let's see if it's big brain. So we go 1, 1, 2, 2. On the edge 3, 4. So edge around here, 3, 4. Please work. It's closer, but we still have some overlapping, and the problem we're gonna have, because see, yeah, this is underneath the skin, it's higher than the trunk lid. But oh, you're gonna be a pain in the butt. You think so? I mean, it's sucky is that it's doing. Is it doing the mesh? No, it's doing the cloud points instead of the generated mesh. I would like to have it actually try to align the mesh instead of the cloud points. Oh, on the other side of the hatch? try to spray as much as possible. Like in the scan, let's just go into Fusion. So we have our hatch here. Let's insert and see if we just might have to just do it in Fusion on the trunk. Yeah, we might just have to do it inside Fusion and align it that way. Nope, that's too much. So what software do you use for work? Just get it close and then we'll just try to snap. If that's even possible. I mean, I think that's a lot better than where we were. Oh, where's the degrees? Too far. Let's go closer so we can move. Nope. It's snapping too damn much. Okay. Okay. Let's just drop it there. Yeah, Fusion seemed to be the way to try and get it done. Problem is, I think I should really first get the bigger trunk aligned by our coordinates. So this is the next. Where's it at? MCARP, if you're still there, this is the next biggest hurdle. Is trying to get this. To your coordinate system, because you work with X, Y, and Z, right? So if we hide that, we work with this X, Y, and Z right here, and in the consumer scanner grade, it's hard to know where it is in relation to X, Y, Z software wise. But like the $20,000 scanners, they pull it in really well. So we have to try and do this a little manually. Revo Metro X. That sounds expensive. No, that's not bad. It's a blue laser one too, so that's nice. That is a nice scanner. Okay, so now how I'm going to try and get the hatch aligned to our coordinate system is we're going to have to create some planes. And not the flying kind. How do we do this again? We direct edit, select this body, and then we construct a plane from 3 points. So let's try and find 3 nice points on here. In the middle, that corner there, that corner there. So that creates this plane. And with this plane, right, we could go to align. Doobie-doo. Well, no, let's kind of get some more planes. So that's the flat plane, so let's take this plane. Nope, not that style. And I want a perpendicular plane. So good. So now we have a perpendicular plane on the middle. do crap another plane, but in the other direction. So this, yeah, it's that. So now with these planes on our body, we should be able to align to our actual working coordinates. So then we finish the direct edit, go back to solids, modify the align, bodies, this body, select that body, nope, we got align in mesh also, I guess, cancel, go back into mesh. Man, I'm forgetting half of the stuff. So let's go back in direct edit, okay, modify, mesh align, nope, fudge! We have that plane. Stepper 2 servo, man, I'm telling you, it's awesome. But when you start modeling it is a pain in the butt. It's like there's so much growing pain. And that's what I'm kind of going through right now. I could, like my last project. So let me show you all some stuff, do a little show and tell. My last project is this, right? This is on my Bronco video. I had a friend that had a Bronco, and it's a Gen 1 body on a 6th gen chassis. And the 6th gen chassis has a huge strut tower, so it kind of protruded. Drift Pappy, don't look at my timeline. It is gross. You professional catter, you. So here is the scan. Let me hide the body. The actual design. What the hell is this coming from? Oh, up here. Damn. Okay. So we started with a scan. I took the scan and I found, basically drew a matching, what you call it? Oh, man. So like, I did intersects and I kind of drew and traced. It's the big one, damn it. Oh, my timeline is so jacked right now. But anyway, I did like a cross section and I created a right angle to fit this. I'm just butchering it. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go back, way back. So we started with scan. And then I got my sketches done. And here, this is what I was trying to show you. Here is where I did some cross-sectional sketches, and I was able to cut and shave these bodies. And I designed this to work with that shape, and then had it fast forward some more, blah, blah, blah. Come on, history. I guess it'll drag. Nothing too long. Drag. Jesus, this timeline is so messy. There's no other shapes. Oh my god, I went so far back. Went too far forward now. So then the main body, I just did a plain shape like that. The inside was cut with a ball. I kind of skipped that. I'm butchering this. I'm butchering this. God damn it. Fine, not a good example. But so out of simple bodies and simple objects, I was able to interact with each other and create like different sections. So I created the section to actually interface with the physical scan. And then I created like a square block body to actually be the whole thing. And then on the inside, to create a relief for the struct tower, I created an egg shape. And then what I started to do was subtracting from each other. So I've subtracted the egg shape from the wall, so let's say the L shape, and then from the block. And that gave me the relief I needed to clear the strut. And then from there, I just started manipulating the body and stuff like that. So I was able to come up with this shape and printed it. It was like 20 hours to print the damn thing. Burn out with that timeline. Yes, the timeline is a damn mess. Holy shit. Yeah. All right, so let's try and figure this damn thing out. So this is my second official working with a scan. Give me the align. The align's supposed to be on the solids. And I'm supposed to be able to select the from and to. So the to would be ball sacks. Oh, wait. There is an option in the menu. I'm forgetting it. Oh, there's always that gotcha. Right click. Up here, right click. There is some option I have to toggle. Oh, I think I have to create a component first, and then I think that's what it is. That doing the Bronco project was a great learning experience. I guess I could show you the eBay shroud. The video I just put out on the shroud I did. This was a simple one. This was really easy, and this was the lip inside the bumper. So I started with the lip. You know, this is the inside of the bumper lip where you screw the plastic on the shroud to. And I needed to create the standoffs to bolt the CNC cut one-piece under shroud to. So I use this and I created sketches. So let's go through the timeline. That's a standoff I did there with reliefs and just make it look a little nice for the under the radiator support. So keep going. Next. Damn it, it was not showing. I guess I gotta show it from the sketch. Show us the sketches. Is it that sketch? It's each sketch. Yeah, there's so many sketches. So I'll show everyone. There's the main sketch right there. That's the one I need. So from the geometry of the scan, I went ahead and let's edit the sketch. I started plotting holes. So you can see this gray line. I started drawing and tracing the actual scan because you don't really do anything with a scan. You just use scans for reference points. And I created all these sections and I created all these sketches. And I broke them up in parts so it'll be easy to print and fit in the printer. And after I was able to do so, I was able to extrude each sketch into actual body itself. So each of these sketches, I extruded into the body, and these gray parts actually were printed and became actual things. And you would see in my video that actually used that for standoffs. Do I have pictures? I think I have a picture that I could just quickly drag and show you guys. I have no idea what I'm mumbling because first time hearing this music. Where are you? Oh yeah, but here's a photo while I'm digging photos of the 3D part in the Bronco. And that's the hole that was there. And that's the console cover that I came up with. I know I have a picture somewhere of these standoffs. I guess you know it. But that was a good segue to check out the short format video. Let's see here, yeah. Well, it's totally blank, but yeah, so check out this standing on eBay lip Aero, and you'll see the standoffs I did and stuff. Chat's going insane. Project I'm thinking of doing is scanning the steering column on my MX5, make a bracket for my aim dash. So that's a very rewarding one. That's an easier one but you'll have to learn to do some form modeling, which is this section, which I'm planning to get into on the hatch. But when you do form modeling, you would actually create a form. So create a platform that's covering the steering column cover, and then you could make it a thickness. And after that, you could do like some sketches and create like the circle and the body for the gauge on there after. So that should be a nice, easy way to get in. I think I need to go here. I need to create fudge. There's no group. So I need to change this from a part to hybrid. Now that should, yeah, okay, components from bodies. And then, yep, and then I need to unpin from parent. Beautiful. And now if I click this, align. Align. What the heck? I still can't choose that. Oh, there you go. Components. Ha ha ha! Oh ho ho! So we get that. And then we go into hello. I guess we have to do that origin in the component there. So it aligned. Dude, it freaking moved. Cancel. We have here. A line from here to here. No, we need this origin. Not the original origin, this origin. But it's only pulling down my planes I created. I've done this before. I just don't remember. And I don't know if I need to jump on that stupid YouTube. We don't need to ground from parent. We need to unground it. Okay. From scratch. I was thinking I needed to do this off camera and save you guys the pain. But we're all learning here. We're all learning to mess with meshes. We're messing with meshes. So top, we want that to be a little right there. Let's go back to top. We're gonna need to rotate him a little bit. Sometimes if you zoom in more, you get a little more granular turn, but not in this case, apparently. That came out beautifully. The Bronco thing, man, that was a rewarding project. It was a very rewarding project. Every project I do, I kind of learn from it, and that was definitely one of them. So we change this to hybrid, convert. Then we create our component from this body, right? Then we unground. Beautiful. Let's go to mesh. We direct edit the mesh. No, we don't do that. We want to create a plane after we do direct edit. Edit. You know, 3 points. There we go. Let's do here, here, here. So we want this to be our level. All right. So we have that one. Before I go any further, let's try and align it. Well, no, that's great. Let's do tangent ones because that's really easy. Put that in the middle, there, and then construct tangent on this guy. I'm going to select this guy. Perpendicular. Change which way. Put him in the middle. I need to get modeling to my damn wing. This is taking too freaking long. Oh, so look, so it created this secondary one that's edited. So now if we go back to solid, we go here, align there to there's something I'm missing. I'm sorry that I am making this annoying. Let's see, what's my history? Where's my history? YouTube history. I need to find, there's some stupid freaking option that I am forgetting 100%. But like I say, guys, thanks for just joining on and struggling with me. Hopefully, if I could get into the actual designing phase, it would be a lot faster and smoother. Just trying to figure out how to, because if I don't align these into the XYZ coordinates, my drawing and sketching will be really off. I need to get this hatch in a good position. Fusion. Align parts, align parts. Align parts, align scan. Align scan mesh, there we go. I'm going to mute that. Just need to see his process again. Pane, construct. Yep, 3 tangents. Yep. Nope, that's not the one I want. Align mesh, align mesh. Okay, insert. Okay. Direct edit, yep. Construct your planes, yep. Bro, I'm doing the right thing. But it's just not wanted. I was in direct. I gotta stay in direct edit mode. Ground the mesh after place into 3 planes. Okay, so we're back in direct edit mode. Mesh align. No, I'm reading it now. I was looking at a whatchamacallit, tutorial. I mean, I've done it before. I just can't think of how I was doing it right now. Direct mode. You're enjoying the pain. I love it. I'm just freaking cold sweating here right now with performance anxiety trying to do this shit in front of y'all. Okay. But I don't really want to do mesh line. I really want to do... Because what I've previously done... Yeah, I'll do that. What I've previously done is align, like, tied the construction... Oh. Ah! I didn't select the stupid radial dot. I didn't select the dot. Because I didn't select the dot, it created the construction planes outside of the model. Okay, so put the dot in the model. It's ungrounded, right? So we come here. We go back to, we are still in direct edit. We get our construction plane to 3 points. Around here, Nope. Okay, I got it. It's barking at me. Let's go from scratch. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. The performance anxiety. Definitely, yeah. I can't believe I forgot to hit the radial button to select it because it was just moving the parts for that. Golly. Where's that? Yeah, here it is. So you want a 90. And go real close and rotate it a little bit. I mean, we don't really have to do this if we're going to align the damn thing. Okay. So now we have our body. We need change to hybrid so we could create our components. Now we create a whole new component for this guy. And we select the radial button to work within this component. Then we go to direct edit. Kind of get all top there. Oh, now we pick our points. No, let's try 3 different other places. Let's do the middle of the hatch here. Okay. And we have our first point. 3 points. No, perpendicular point. Perpendicular plane. There. And then perpendicular plane again. Switch the orientation. Get them here. Okay. Now it should align. So finish. Go back to solid. Align. We're working in there. Our constructions are in the same thing. We need to show our origins, which is kind of weird. Sometimes the origin has to be from the original model for me to snap to it. No alignment, suggested geometry, what the fuck? Cloud compare to align my models and set global coordinates. That might actually be helpful because we tried to mess with our alignment here too because I want to combine 2 meshes, this and these 2, but that's a whole other story, I guess. Why? Come on, this has to be how to do it now. No alignment suggested by geometry could be found. What are you talking about? We don't have any bodies. It's just this. I swear I've done this before. It doesn't want to work. Why? Why? Just banging my head. Okay, let's go back into the mesh, into direct edit. But we don't really want to, okay, mesh align, but we're not really aligning the mesh. I want to align the planes. Rechat. Rechat. That's annoying me. is it's tied to that. Oh, I'm grounded. On ground from parent. I pulled a muscle. I pulled a muscle. Oh, I pulled a muscle. Oof. But we did it. We did it, boys. We did it, boys. We did it, boys. Jesus Christ. Oh shit, that was a pain in the ass. Okay. I need to see. Where's the origin? Okay, so we have flat there. Now we need to align this vertical vertex to this here. Alright, so now modify, align, and we come to, it's right here, it's very faint. There. Alright, so now that should be lined that way. And then we align this portion. Okay, this one, guys, I'm uncertain about, right? So this is capture or revert positions. I don't think we should revert. We should capture, right? Because we're moving stuff. So we capture the position. Oh, you see, it brings up this whole other menu. Cancel. Yes, a lot of what the fucks. Because I know I was doing the process, but each attempt, I was leaving out one key step. And each attempt, I kept jumping and leapfrogging to different steps. Okay, so we need to actually align this pane to, where is he at? To that plane there. Okay, so now click away, align this here to this guy. Voila! So now our model, look at, fuck, it's a little off. The 3 points I picked was a little off, so it's a little skewed. M-Carp, do you really still, after seeing all this, want to get into this stuff? Okay. I am going to champion ahead. I'm going to kick myself, but in the interest of the video, of the live stream, I'm going to champion ahead. I might just start from scratch once again after, but let's try and do some stuff. Okay. So now that I have the bear trunk supposedly in XYZ, let's insert the bottom part. Oh, just edit plane on that and okay, let's try that. I don't think I've ever tried to edit a plane. So we have, so I've aligned them all. The problem is the plane itself is a little crooked. And I created the other two based on this flat plane on 3 points. Plane 1. Configure. Can you edit a plane? I don't think so. Right. So eventually, I am going to do sand cut sand and send them the pylon design, the swan neck pylon design. But I want to create a fat, thick, that mean thick base plate, because some base plates with the downforce of the wing, it actually deforms the hatch. So that's why I'm going through all this this pain in the buttery to create a nice flat base, wing plate base. But yes, it's very pain in the butt. I mean, I'm sure after I do it so many times, fucking a. After I do it so many times, I am going to be able to do it a lot faster. Because everything's like growing pains, you know? I might have to do that cloud. I need to write it down. Cloud compare.
Which device did you mean by computer? The closest match I see.
Computer cancel.
Inspired. Got it. Canceling that.
I'll have to check that out. Cloud compare. But anyhow, let's yeah, try that. I'll cancel that. So when I did that, it doesn't really have an edit, unless that's maybe a paid feature since you're doing it for work. Yeah, let's go into forms. Something I have yet to do. And we're going to modify object snap. Have you messed with forms yet, Drift Puppy? Okay, edit feature on the timeline. Well, the timeline showed this body comp stuff, and it doesn't really have much options for it. All right, form. Face. How was it that he did that? I don't want one off of a plane. I want one off of a face. Edge. Object snap. Okay, I'll go back. Let me go back. Finish form. So like here, right? Edit feature. Now I'll just edit in the feature. Yeah, I don't know if the free version will let you do it. It just gives me this Forms is the worst. I mean, you gotta get it right. Eat it. Let's go back into forms. Gosh. Just give me a damn protractor and my old trusty DigiKey ruler and a caliper. Good lord. Why do we torture ourselves like this? Okay. Face. Let's create this face. Let's create the form here, here, here. Okay, so we have our form. Now we need to object snap. Oh, okay. So it's in this flame, but object snapped. Oh! Oh, we're cooking with gas, boys. We are cooking with gas. We have our first freaking form. How compare will work with the raw scan data, so you can average point sector. It's way better for merging and aligning, and then you can mesh them together in one part of Fusion. I'll definitely try that. There'll be a version 2 of this live stream. I'm just trying to just work with you guys and just not have you guys bored as hell. And then we could play catch up on the next one. So now we have our first form. And modify. Let's subdivide it. See, object snap. This point? No, you have to just subdivide it first. Okay. So now I think it's Control or Shift. Oh! Right click. And we move. See? No, we just want to move. We don't want to move the whole body. We want to move. Is it Shift or is it Control? There we go. Move that point. Why did you? You want to select the form. Select a point. Edit. Edit form. Edit form. Ah! Boing, 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 boing. So now we need to move, for now, the form above. Repeat edit form, and we're moving it above the trunk. So there's that there. All right, okay. Have this point here. Edit form, we just move him a little higher. Oh, no, I grabbed the wrong thing. Cancel that. This is what I want. It's a little too high, so let's just drop it down a little bit on the body. Yeah. This corner here, edit form. Sound. Nice. So we will pull it down in a little bit and define it more. Nice. I make parts that interface with engines and other assemblies that require high accuracy of work. Okay. I mean, that's an awesome tip. I'm definitely going to try that out. And it looks like it's open source. That's pretty cool. If it definitely helps, man, I'll throw him a couple dollars. You gotta support the communities. Okay, so now we want a subdivide. No. Want just a subdivide here. Okay. And then here we want another subdivision. Because right now, we're just trying to get the shape of the body panel. Is our big thing right now. And if you get the shape of the body panel, then we can actually cut our wing base, our pylon base, right? Those words are worded, right, guys? No more subdivide. I want to edit form. All right. Okay. This guy, edit form. I may have to subdivide again because you see that shallow point. But slow but steady, guys. Slow but steady. It's fun when it starts to work out. But when you're in the struggle bus and you have people watching you struggle, it's a pain in the arse. But this is awesome. And we're actually making progress now. Getting the actual skin off the trunk. Because the underside is really there, so I will know where I want to drill. Because the underside of the hatch, I want to make sure I drill and place my bolts and washers into a very strong spot. Okay. Yeah, we definitely have to create more subdivided parts. It's so time consuming. Let's get here down. Just do this a little faster for you guys. So the middle, it doesn't slope as much, but I think I'll have to add some more sections on the end. This is what it looks like. All right, so for instance, let's hit OK here and just grab these parts of the form and we'll add a subdivision here. I don't want lengthways, so nope, I want that way, but I don't want these. Yep, there we go. should be able to right click and choose repeat, right guys? Repeat subdivision. Oh yeah, but it didn't really take the menu. So that there, snap-a-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. And now we go back to edit form. Let's do this point. Oh, you know what? Freaking object snap this bad boy. Beautiful. Object snap. Ah, I forgot all about that option, guys. Look at that. Oh. And now it's snapping towards the mesh. It's a little low. Object snap may not be the best. I mean, it's getting it from the bottom. Yeah, so that's a little more finer resolution. Sculpting digitally, yeah, it's a pain in the butt. But once we have this setup though, man, I think it'll be so much nicer just to have a perfectly fitting pylon base. And then I could just share it out, you know? I have to do a little flip on the end at the where the trunk naturally kind of tapers up. I think I need to subdivide these sections just a little more. Yep, like that. Yep. Now I believe if you hold this edge and Alt, nope. Hold this edge, Shift, nope. There's a Control. There's a way to drag the edge. You guys remember that? Edit by curve. Insert edge. Maybe we could do it that way. I mean, that's what, 1 millimeter? Can we do minus 1 millimeter? We cannot. There's a way to drag the edge, isn't there? I mean, there was a way, man. Just drag it yourself. There's an option somewhere. Single, simple, just try exact. No, it wouldn't let me do it out of extend. Why won't you let me extend? I mean, I'm not trying to go that far back. Edit form, scale, rotation, translation. Where is the option to move? There was a freaking option to drag this thing. Come on, Jeff Pappy, you know you've done this. And you just drag it out. Uncrease, unweld, bridge, merge edge, aligns the edge to second edge. Pull. Is it pull? Oh. Just edit the form. So we want to edit the whole form. Take off object snap. Hold Alt and drag. Nope. Shift drag. Nope. Alt drag. Oh. Click the edge. Right click. Edit form. Cancel that. Right click. Edit form. Okay, yes, that's a menu I'm in. But I want to create another section of the form, like another. I want to expand the form. I want to add section space. So it was a tutorial I was looking at. The guy did something and he actually kind of like added a whole line. Click soft modification 2. So it was like kind of like how the edge here, insert edge, but it's only letting me do it like within a millimeter. But he was doing something like this and dragging and increasing the form. Edit form, surface edge. holding Alt key while dragging. Okay, so modify. Edit form. Hold the Alt key while dragging the manipulator arrows. This extrudes and adds a new T-spline face instead of just moving the current section. That's what I was trying to believe. Alt. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. So we just edit form. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm holding Alt to drag, but it's being... Because that's like what I saw he do. He double clicked. Edit form. Hold Alt. Drag. No. Self modification is just that. Alt and drag. I don't want to change degrees. Man. Rotation selected. I don't want rotation selected. Scale handles. Bro! No, that's just scaled that existing line. Why is this being a pain in the butt? Try selection filter and turn it to an edge. I don't know what that is. Yeah, there's some. I wonder if it's because I've had it snap to the body. That's what's kind of not letting me drag the form. Because yeah, you're supposed to normally just be able to just drag the form. Okay, but I guess, you know what? Let's push on. Because, yes, it would be nice, but that's just much bigger than I don't think. Now I need to freaking figure out what. There we go. That's what I needed. An object snap. Okay. What do you mean body, not mesh? So this technically, now if I go finish form and take that off. So it needs more time, but this is pretty much the trunk. Now if you look at here, inspect, that is 162 millimeters. What's 6 inches? Girl? Man, I thought I was doing that. Modify. Alt. Nope, that's scaling. Yeah, I'm gonna have to off camera just look and see how he did it. But let's see. So we have our main shape. I would really like to be able to see the bottom of the trunk, because I was believing finish form. I was like, well, I'm not getting the option I want. Insert mesh. Because I will do that cloud convert. That name is so long. Yash Steve. Okay, I just call him Stevens. That Stevens was saying. I'll put those through. So now that we have the mesh and I have the underbody here, my thought process was to get these edges aligned and use the holes on the bottom underside to help me come up with drill points for this. Right? That's a big brain move, right? No, look at that. Okay, so my whole thought process is that we have the bottom skin, we put them together. Mr. Kelp, how many cards ago, man? I use an Einstein Vega to get the scan of the top hatch and the bottom. So then now with the bottom, actually I'll go into much greater details off camera because this is going to take a while. But with the bottom, I could technically look at here. So this is a nice flat plane, right? So in here, I can go into mesh, direct edit, and out of 3 points, 1, 2, 3, it's not visible. The object you can oh, okay. So I have that turned off, right? So now I have here, and this is what I could do. So from here, we want to create a sketch, and I will create a circle. Now circle, move it in place. Oh no, it's not letting me drag it. But we have our circle on that face. And the thought process is from that circle that's flat against that body. It's a huge mountain point. I could cut a disc so I could CNC cut a disc, but let's go ahead and put a smaller circle in there also. Where's sketches? Edit. M6 6mm. Let's do a 7mm hole, and from there I can extrude. That would show me on the hood. Bro, I hate when it freaking does that to the damn hood. So look, so that shows me on my form a bolt location of where I could drill. And that's going to be a nice strong point on the hatch. And then look, we have a symmetrical part over here also. So from here, I could do the same thing. Go back into the mesh, direct edit. And we create another plane. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now let's hide all these other planes. Alright, so now we have our little plane, so finish direct editing. We will go into here, create a sketch on that little section there. Hide that too. Oh, no, I need to figure out my rectangle. So we go rectangle, and then we choose this 3-point rectangle from here, here, and then here. We have a rectangle. That's not on my construction pane. Kill that sketch. So that plane here. There we go. That's what I want to see. Go back in there. On here. Sketch is all wrong. I need to undo that sketch. Okay. Let's start that over. So here, create the sketch. Go back in. And okay, so we end there. Now we trace our little rectangle. Beautiful. Why is it down there? put it onto the form directly, which is not what I wanted to do. We have to go back a couple steps because that plane 5 is in the wrong spot. Okay. So in direct edit mode, we're coming here. We create a construction plane, 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Hit OK. Now if we show with a little construction point, alright, it shows right there. That's where I need it. Right there on the object. Beautiful. So now we click there, finish direct editing, go back to the plane, hit sketch. So now, yes, I don't know what the hell happened for. Now we could trace it and it'll be here. Finish sketch. Why did it put it down there? Again, I want the sketch on this part. I mean, it's still giving me where I want it to go. You see the sketch is down there for some reason. And the plane is on the object. The plane is on the object. That is what I need. This is way not one to work out. Okay, so you see the sketch grid, right guys? This sketch grid is supposed to be created on that little section, that swatch of this metal. Now, let's just do a stinking hole. Forget the square. No, you see it's trying to snap to there. I don't want it to snap to there. Let's do it from the bottom. Can we see the object? Yeah, we can see the object. So let's just hide that and hide that. So it won't snap to that. Let's try this now. I think that was the problem too, is just snapping. 1, 2. I have my points correct. It's an ugly square. Or an ugly rectangle. Beautiful, that is on the mesh that I want. Now we can finish that. Hide that bad boy. Edit there. From the middle, right? Drag him there. From the middle, drag him here. Put a 7mm. I said 7, why did I say 4? Because I hit 4 instead of 7. And then we can show this guy, show this guy, show this guy. Beautiful, that's on the part. Extrude. So technically, that is 2 reinforced places on the hatch. That I could work off and drill in and put a bracket on the bottom here to reinforce it. What do you guys think? Originally, I was looking at this area here. There's 4 M6 screws built into the underbody, the underhatch, and that would create a very strong mounting point for the pylons too. But the problem is it's just too close together. Let's show. Why does it do this? Why? Oh, I forgot I need to extrude, huh? new body. So we have 2 solid mountain points for our pylon base. I do kind of think I want to do a third. What do you guys think? The thing is, these geometry is all different too. And I'll have to 3D print this in plastic and try them out, but drilling is permanent. Do I want to go to here? But the question is that too far back in the hatch curve? That might be up high in the hatch curve, which I kind of got that. Why does it do that? I think I need to reduce triangles. Nope, opacity didn't work. Third hole. Do you know why it does this after you edit in so many times? It just throws those scans into just this dark triangle mode. Should I just try to reduce the facets and see if that'll go away? If I go to direct edit. Let's see. Okay, where can we do a third mountain place? Do we just do one at an angle? I kind of like how these body points have a ridge, so it... Off subject. Did you upload your 510 RGB scans anywhere? I did not. That is stuck somewhere on the computer. You see, if this hole here was symmetrical to this side, definitely we could probably utilize that. Thing is, if we utilize like this point here, that's just going to have to create such a big plate on the top of the hatch. I think we just create a point here. We may have to mill, yeah, just create a point here and mill an adapter that fits flush over here. I think that's what we have to do. We may have to just extend. This whole geometry. So we have 2 stable points and a third. So instead of, and then surface model this small little spot, what do you think? And then, so if we create a geometry, okay, let me just do that real fast. So we'll do it from one sketch. So from this sketch, right, we have our circle. I mean, this looks very, I'll have to check it out on the hatch, but this looks very similar in the same plane. So we have that. Let's create the square over here. Alright, so we have the square. Fuck, the damn selection in the bottom again. I hate why it's snapping down there. So take off the body, take off the beer trunk. Right. So yeah. We're going to do a bottom plate and a top plate. Yeah. We're overcomplicating the shit out of this, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Okay, let's Are we not still? No, let's go back in the sketch. So let's go ahead and throw some dimensions on this. 26. And then it's too off. I don't like that. It's bothering my. I hate to say OCD because I'm non-diagnosed, and I notice people diagnosed with OCD. Fudge. Okay, that's a little better. All right, so we have that sketch there. And what we could do, I don't know why I got out the sketch. That is a little high. It's not on the same plane. But we can work on that. I could create another surface model off here. But basically, what I'm thinking is we have that there, and then we create another triangle, another rectangle down here. All right. I did it as a construction line, and you can't see it. So let me redo that as a non-construction line. Come here to here. That's ugly AF. Let's go linear. That I have to move. Yeah, I think I'll have to model the inside and create a backing plate. Dude, one thing I gotta look at is a spline. A spline, I just can't get splines. For some reason, I cannot get splines. Right? So from here now, we're going to have the 3 M6 holes. Oh, 7mm for M6 bolts. Right? And I'll surface model this plate to finish and create a backing plate. So all these will be, let's extrude this. Nope, -2. Nope, not sketch. Edit feature, -2. Alright, so we have a backing plate. And then from the backing plate, we'll use that to align and drill. Let's kill this. No, hold on, cancel. Let's kill the 2 other rods we did before. Create all new rods off of our backing plate. And now we have our 3 rods. That's going to sandwich crease bent metal. This actually needs to come in some to get around that. So we go here, we edit our sketch. Not that sketch, this sketch. And this. Let's just do that. Quick and dirty. Quick and dirty. We'll come back and make it nice and mo better. Nice and mo better. So just reduce the ends a little bit. Finish. There we go. So we have our under plate that I'll have to surface model after. So this probably would be, or just do a flat plate, really. Do we have to go to the expense of CNC cutting something like this? Drift Papi, let me know what you think. Do we CNC cut this? Mill this, sorry, CNC mill this, or we just do a flat plate? Because this will lie flat on that edge, that edge, that edge, and our 3 bolts could come through here. So I think we have our bottom solution. We just need to figure out the top plate and model top plate. So if you take that scan off and show our, yeah. So I'll have to create a bigger form and draw it here. But now, I hate that this is bugged and showing so dark, guys. But, okay, so let's close it out. And let's do a quick dirty before we get in the stream. So off this face, we need not that, so undo that blank sketch. This will probably definitely need to be milled, but so from here, create a flat plane. Yeah, CNC is always golden, but dang, it's so expensive. You could do a flat plate and fill the gap with a 3D print. We can, M-Carp, most likely nylon, but some of these forces, man, it's crazy how the downforce and the twisting these big wings do. Because if you look at it, let's go back here. Let's get out of alignment. Let's go home. Look at this big old wing on this hatch. So look at the wing to hatch, right? So that's a lot of downforce. I freaking hate the model is skew like that. There's a print to fill in the openings. Have my cut my inner fenders for my roll bar. Come on now. You take that back. Don't do print for your roll bar, man. What material did you print it in? I mean, the thing is, you already have the print STL and stuff like that. It's already digitized, so just get it CNC'd.
Remember, we are whatchamacallit, putting our lives on the line. We're trying to be safe as possible, so be safe. Roll bars, great. Airbags and stuff, 3-point harness and stuff. So if you have it digitized already, just get it milled, I would think. But yeah, this thing generates so much force. Like 3 of the cars I know down here is a huge dimple because how the wing kind of pushes down with a downforce. Here you can see cracking because it's kind of want to rip it up. It's wild. So now here we could have a tangent. So where is my origin? So here's my origin. Remember, at the beginning of the stream, we oriented our object so it should be flat. Should. So then I'll create an offset plane, right? And we're going to do to the top here. Can we do to the top here? Nope. Man, that's bent as hell. We're not going with that origin. Hide that one. We're going with this one, right? Is the flat one? Son of a biscuit. That's off too. Okay. Future Keyvon is now. Back at the beginning of the stream when we said, yeah, it's just enough. I'm suffering from Future Keyvon right now, from past Keyvon. Killing Future Keyvon. So what I'm thinking, so we'll just move off of this. Okay? We'll create an offset plane. And we will come up here, right? So this offset plane will be a compression point, and then we have our form, which conforms to our car body. Right? So this is going to conform to our car body. Yeah. I mean, we could technically, yeah, because that's a bad angle. That's a bad angle. See, that's a bad angle. It's flat, but that's a bad angle. Plane at 3 points. A plane at 3 points. Is what I think we need. So you go back to here. We modify our form, right, guys? We could technically thicken it. Let's see. Oh, it's not digitized. It's in the fender. Isn't structure. It's just, and this is just a plug. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. It'd be kind of cool to have a flat. Oh, should I just curve this part also? There's a thicken. No. Let's get out of form. We have that matching our car body. We just need to design a top plate now. Design a top plate. Okay, like I said, quick and dirty. So let me stop being a prima donna. Oh, look at all that. So that's a mid plate. Nope, we're not doing mid plate. So 3 points. Oh, we have to add points. Oh, duh. Simple. Let's extrude this down till what we think would work fine. So that's 96 mil. So we want, let's say, 4 mil stick. Right? Okay. Some professionals roll in his eyes right now. Says 94. So 90. That's there. So 87. Damn it. 88. Yeah. 88. 84. Beautiful. So now I could do 3 points. Uno, dos, tres. Big brain, 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 big brain. And from here, we have our quick and dirty sketch plane. Alright, you can see it above there. And then let's hide all this junk so it doesn't snap. And make sure we're kind of... Nope. Change those two views. I derped it up. Okay, there it is. Edit. Okay. Let's start with a square. Is it on our plane or did it snap? It snapped. Okay, so now hide that and that. Now we could bring this back so it's not snapped to it. Yeah, we go. And then we could create an arbitrary shape. Like I said, it's dirt. We're doing dirty stuff right now. We're not at final stage. I will have to really mess with this offline. But this is a good first draft, guys. What do you think? Huh? This will be our top plate, right? So that'll be our top plate, and that was CNC off of here, and we'll model our form. That this curve is our form that fits the 350Z hatch. And then from there, we build up. So, for instance, it's trying to cut stuff. It's trying to cut. What are you trying to cut? The pylons? Yeah. All right. So here we have the top plate, and then we have to contour to the bottom. I'll do that later, but just with quickness. How am I gonna do this? So we go back to the last plane, and we do a perpendicular plane. Beautiful. So we're gonna put the pylon right in the middle here. Right? And now we could go edit here. So see, this is where I'm much more proficient, is editing this stuff. Working with forms is so much different. Why are you so far from my plane? Create. There we go. Oh, you're supposed to see this snapping thing is annoying. Okay, right there we go. We're in the middle. Then okay, much easier. Let's project this shape. So we project the top on there, then we hide the object. Beautiful. Now, with that, we can sketch our uprights to grab the pylon. Quick and dirty, quick and dirty. That was a snap. I don't want it to snap. See, yeah, that was a snap. Okay. Right. Finish that sketch. Show back our top plate. Right. And here we can extrude this way. 5 mils. We're not joining. There's a new body. Okily dokily. And we actually cut and hide. I'll do that after, but semantics. So now we have the base plate for our wing blade, our pylon. All right. Off camera, I'll work on this, and the next stream I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do it. But I could catch you all up and have a better design. But I think this is the general concept. What do you guys think? So we have our hatch, and then we have our under trunk, where we have a nice strong bottom plate. That we're going to drill through. So technically what we could do is hide that, all right? Because we just removed these in order for us to get our plane. Shoot. That, and that. Bastards. Control, E. Oh, they're all different lengths, so it's being a butt. Enter. No, 10 mightn't be enough. 20. Extrude 20. Extrude 20. Put our plate back. Okay. And then we'll pretty much say, hey, riser. Label plate. So I'm gonna have to be clicking randomly, and then this is just, that represents our bolt. So on our plate, we'll split using our bolts. 1, 2, 3. Cut that. Remove this. Actually, that's the whole thing. Remove this. Remove this. Hide, hide, hide. So now, oh, we have this one here. What the hell? What's in the hole? Why is that hole showing? Oh, is it that there? Remove. There we go. So now we have technically our bolt-in surface. We'll bolt down. We'll use what you call it? Cap head screws. So we'll get M6 size cap head screws like this. Alright? So big as cap head screws, and it'll countersink it. So we'll make these holes a little bigger than the thread to fit the actual barrel of the cap head screw, and just have it flush with the top plate. So I think that's it for that, right? What you think, guys? A winner? We're gonna have to insert the bolt models from. You see, I haven't done that. I need to do that, but MasterCard does offer those free scans, and that is a good point. That would be kind of cool. Why is this not closing? Although, most of the times I get my bolts from Ace Hardware across the street. But yeah, that's there. And then we'll have to bring in the model of the wing. All right, Jesus. You see how 3D scanning just dicks with you? And how important it is to line shit up? 3D scanning, I mean, sorry. I'll have to throw all this stuff. Oh my god. Okay, just hit okay. Then we can move again. The frick. Okay. Jeez. Help me out here. Model. Good lord. 2 degrees? 2.5? 3 degrees. Yeah. Alright, and then move again. And so many scans we work in to figure out this project. Alright, so see, this will be a little on the inside, right? This was on the hatch all the way on the outside. Or form. So see this part of sheet metal here, which is nothing there, guys. You see? You see why I'm going through all this trouble? This is kind of forward. Let me move it back some. I was like, why am I buying this kit from this company if they're not developing a proper pylon, right? Alright, so just roughly throwing everything there. Okay? We have our form, we have our big wing, and like I said, this creates a depression. There's nothing here, guys. Look at that. There's nothing there. You have to, and this is the mating point on the body. So you can't just put a screw bolt here. You can't close the hatch. Why? Why put out a product that's this ass? Right? What they have to do, they have to actually cut here and bolt it to the outside skin. When this is taking hundreds of pounds of downforce. I don't get it. Alright, and after I do one side, I simply have to just mirror. Like, look at this shit. Look at this magic. For the guys that are watching that don't normally model, look at this shit. Mirror that object by this plane. BAM! How sick is that shit, right? And same thing, this bottom here, right? This is why CAD is so freaking cool. Although I'm stubbing my toe and freaking fighting through it. Remember we were saying that past Kevon should have worked a little harder on orienting shit. Yeah, this is why. But you get the gist. Oh shit. Yeah. Well, nope. But yeah, so yeah, that's not a right place at all because the shit's all skewed. That's why it's so important to line everything up. Goodness. But yeah, but that's those two parts are symmetrical. Yeah, like right there. See, right there. Good, okay. What do you mean no? MCARP? What's not a? It's not a winner. Let's just put that other model back on. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably come up with a nicer design than that. But 3 bolts. Oh, yeah, cat is bay. It works. It works. Like I said, this is just rough concept, but that's kind of like what I'm doing. And then we will have to. It's so late. I was supposed to get off like hours ago. Sorry. I have water. Like I say, we're just down and dirty. There you go. And then just down and dirty. Edit smooth. Excuse me. Of course, I will do this a lot better, but it's just proof of concept. I'm looking at that shit. Woo-hoo! That's gonna look so sick! Oh my god, look at that! That's gonna look so sick. Oh. Oh, Mirren made it easy. Yeah. Mirren definitely made it easy. Holy shit. Guys, oh my goodness. Let's just throw this on the other side too. Position. Oh, it doesn't want. Okay, let me do it the other way. Screw mirror. The old copy, drag, and drop. Copy it and drag them across. Bam! That's another way to do a manual mirror. Oh, where did it go? Oh, I choose the wrong axis. You asses. There we go. Bro! Let me hide that sketch. Imagine seeing that on the back of a 350 with a proper spec wing. Man, I have to definitely get the alignment properly. We will be 3D printing everything in plastic before we do any laser cutting or milling. But shit, man. Just looking at that, it's just giving me tingles, dude. Tingles. Like, okay, fuck, I need to end the stream, but god damn it. The endorphins are flowing so freaking hard right now. Hold on, my guys. Hold on, my guys. Right? So we have that there. Create a sketch. My dudes. My dudes. Fuck, it snapped. Hold on. Right? Look at this, look at this, look at this. Wham! Oh shit, it's in the wrong angle. It snapped badly. Bastard. Oh yeah, that is kind of skewed, ain't it? Shoot. I'll do a loft. I'll do a loft. I'll do a loft. Hold on. Yep. We're not failing now. The endorphins are going. Shit. Wrong sketch. I got this. I got this. I will not let you down this late. Alright, so we have that one side. Okay. Then we'll show this plane. And we'll create another plane on this side. Right around there. Alright. This is like crayons right now, but at least it's just something. Oh my goodness. It's so unlevel and so inaccurate. It's ridiculous. Oh, dang it. Okay, finish sketch. Now we hide that construction plane. We grab this black over here, and we do a loft to this guy. We do a new body. BAM! Oh shit! Oh shit! Now let's scan the wing. Wow! Imagine that hanging off the back of your 380. A proper built, reinforced track wing. That's cool, guys. Fucking that sketch is showing. There we go. Alright. What do you think, guys? Come on. Fucking let's go in chat. That's wild. That is wild. I just need to spend a couple more hours fighting myself and actually trying to do it properly. Align everything up right, and I'm just working on it. That's sick. I actually think an angular shape like that's kind of cool versus if we kind of like radius the ends. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of like how stealth fightery that the harsh lines are. That's kind of cool. Oh, man. I'm sorry for the struggles you guys had to endure, but I think the end result was kind of cool. Well, the end concept. We're far from a result. Very far from a result. Alright, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me while I struggled through this and just butt heads with it. Shoot. That's cool. That is cool. And then the top plate will be contoured to the shell. That's going to be cool. And a nice fat surface area. 3, we have 2 forward positions and a single back, kind of staggered. So it's kind of one torque, one lift. I think this bottom plate is the winner. That is definitely something we need to implement and put in the final design. I could actually probably just print that out tomorrow and just offer it up and see how it looks. It's cool. This is cool. Man, it is cool. Alright, guys. I think that should be it. Do I not have an ending screen to the stream? I don't think so. Dang. Once again, I appreciate you guys coming hang, talking, lurking. Some lurkers too. I appreciate you guys also. But, man. I need to, get this going. I need to stop rambling. That's it, guys. Thank you all for hanging out, and you all take it easy.